BTS changed my life. They weren't politicians. Why do we listen to BTS instead of politicians? An uncomfortable question? Hello? Have you thought about it? This is reporter Ari Sol. Everyone, while watching the TV news today, did you want to throw the remote? Amid the political news that makes me feel like I'm going to lose my temper, have you ever thought about this? While hearing the global victories of BTS, in this country right now, or rather around the world, whose voice are people really listening to? Is it the politicians shouting in the National Assembly, or is it the 7 young people sweating on stage? Surprisingly, people find more comfort in a single line of a BTS than in 100 promises from politicians. And sometimes it even changes the direction of their lives. Politics spends trillions of won, and yet fails to win the hearts of the people. So how did they manage to move the world with just song and dance? Some people say, they ask what politics has to do with liking idols, but I have seen it firsthand. In their efforts to unite, learn and raise their voices to protect their artists, I saw the brightest future of democracy. In today's article by reporter Guy, even if they were to come back to life, have you thought about it? However, as voters, we must confront and uncover the true secret of power that we need to realize. The truth behind the name tag, Joseph Nye, a master of political science, divided the essence of power into two: the power that forces the opponent to submit, hard power, and the power that captures people's hearts and makes them follow, willingly soft power. They are the symbols of hard power. They create laws, control the budget, and exercise public authority. They throw around words like judgment and liquidation towards each other, consuming the language of power. However, ironically, as that power grows stronger, the hearts of the people grow colder. Why is that? Their power always comes from a forced authority that flows from the top down. On the other hand, look at BTS. They have no laws to punish anyone, no budget to enforce, and no authority to command. Yet when they shouted, "Speak yourself," at the UN headquarters, millions of young people around the world responded simultaneously. The politician says, "Support me," says BTS. "Love yourself." While politicians divide people by saying, "If you're not on my side, you're an enemy," BTS unites people by saying, "We are all connected." This difference is the truth hidden behind the name tag. True leadership does not come from the edge of a sword. It comes from the sincerity that touches people's hearts. Voices from the field. Numbers and votes versus personality. Among the politicians I met while working as a reporter in the field, there were quite a few who, the moment the camera turned off, treated the public not during election season, but they pretend to be friends of the common, while eating fish cakes at the market. But once they turn away, their only concern is one thing. To them, winning voters are not individuals to be persuaded, but merely data to be managed. But look at the behind-the-scenes stories of BTS. They tear up at each letter from fans flying in from around the world, and they lose sleep at night, worrying that their words and actions might hurt someone. This slight difference creates a huge gap in the power that moves the world. A leader who sees the people as numbers uses them as tools, but a leader who treats the people sincerely becomes their hope. When politicians calculate us as votes, treat us as masters of our lives, here we must pose one essential question. It is often said that a leader should be like a pine tree. This is because they must stand firm against the wind and rain, providing shade to others. However, many politicians I have observed were not like pine trees, but rather reeds that bend with the wind and artificial flowers only to wither away that bloom beautifully. So we need to bring up an old standard for judging leaders once again. Do they move around following the scent of power, or do they hold their ground? Even in unfavorable seasons, politicians do not persuade the people to deceive the eyes of the public. On the other hand, what is the reason? BTS has received the love of people around the world for over 10 years. It is because they have never once broken their promise to their authenticity. Just as a tree with deep roots does not suffer from drought, a leader with deep philosophy does not fluctuate with the winds of public opinion. If there had been even one leader in our political sphere, like an evergreen pine, would our politics have become this trivial today? Whose voice do you want to respond to? Accomplices of the system. Why do we fall for showmen? I once said something like this: politicians should be attending acting schools instead of studying policies. The political arena is currently in an overt anger business. With a provocative word, they increase view counts and demonize their opponents to rally their supporters. But let me ask this. Who is the real audience of this political show? That's right. It's us right away. We consume politics not as concerns for the future, but as a sensational circus. While BTS fans study the artist's philosophy by contemplating social responsibility together, the voters who actually decide the fate of the country are wasting their energy hating each other, intoxicated by the sensational bait thrown by politicians. I will ask one more uncomfortable question here. While we criticize politics, can we really just blame others without changing our own consumption habits? The moment we blindly follow politicians like idle fandoms and are blinded by sweet cash promises, our future is mortgaged. We become the most powerful accomplice that supports their power. Crack open your thoughts now. We must stand in front of the most painful and uncomfortable mirror. The message of BTS singing, "I am the master of my life," is actually aligned with the most fundamental principles of our democracy. Do not become a slave to politicians. Do not become a mobilized audience for a specific political party. Just as I am the master of my own life, I must never forget that I am also the master of this country. Just as a mature fandom creates a global artist, ultimately only mature sovereigns can create global politics. In the end, the problem is not the politician, but our attitude towards the politics we consume. Are you a manipulated audience right now? Or are you the master leading the politics? How to protect your precious vote? I will meet you in the next video with deeper and sharper thoughts. Have you thought about it? Think about it. This was reporter Ari Saul.